this Amazon Japan order came in this paper envelope with this cardboard backer inside. So I just thought I'd show you that. It was something new. And these were all the items that were in that paper envelope. Everything was okay. All right, let's start with the KoKen reversible ratchet. This is, of course, made in Japan. And this is the locking swivel type. I'm actually surprised to see that much play in that head like that. The lock takes it out, but So we are looking at the KoKen 3774JL. It's got the grip handle on it. So the reason I got this was because I had to go get one of these. This is the Cobalt from Lowe's, because Lowe's was close by to the parking lot where my wife's Toyota was when the alternator went out in our RAV4. And I realized that I can't stand these swivel heads that don't have a lock on them, because you put the socket on there, you're reaching down in, and oh, the thing wants to tweak back on you, and it's kind of annoying. So I wanted to get one that had a lock, and I wanted to go to a Japanese manufacturer and see how the other half lives, so to speak. So that's how it compares to the Cobalt. So it's very similar in size. I would say that the head on it is a little more compact than on the Cobalt, but okay, and the Cobalt also has some sloppiness in the head, so I'm thinking they probably all do. So this pick set, I can only find this in Japan, and what I'm starting to understand after having purchased this 50 years in Japan limited edition set that's only for sale in Japan, PBSwiss seems to have a special relationship with Japan. So this set does not appear in my PBSwiss catalog, which covers years 2020 and 2021. And I looked up the serial numbers on each one of these already, and this one was manufactured in June of 21, this was June of 21, May of 21, and May of 21. So it's not really anything new. It's not anything discontinued. All right, so this is the pick that I wanted. This is the PB8678.3-80RE. Okay, so this is the older 7678 series, and this is the 8678 series. But my 7677 series set has the hook, and this set doesn't have the hook. So they don't have the hook. Okay, so do they make an 8677? Well, yes, they do. I did not find this on Amazon Japan. I found this from these guys, Dropped. This is the whole set from Dropped, and it did not have the one that I use the most. And then this set doesn't have the hook. Now I've got duplicates with these, but I really like these PBSwiss handles. I think I'm good on PBSwiss picks now. Now that I'm learning about this special relationship that PBSwiss has with Japan, I started doing more PBSwiss searches on Amazon Japan, and I found these. And I didn't remember seeing these anywhere before at any of the places that I buy PBSwiss in the United States. I looked up the date code on this, March 31, 2021. This was manufactured almost exactly a year ago. So that's not a new item, that's not a discontinued item. Is this a limited edition? I have no idea. It is not in my catalog. It's not on the PBSwiss website. So it's a not so stubby. So let's take a look at these. We've got this one here was manufactured in December of 2019. Here's the plus and the minus. And then there's a size that's just slightly bigger. So these are 90s. These are the 110s. So this one was manufactured in 2016. This one was manufactured in January of 2021. So they've been making these for a while. Why don't these show up on the website or on any in any catalog? But here they are. So these are 110 millimeter length. And then these are the 90s. So here, let's take a look at all these together here. Get the size comparison. So here's the size comparison on these. Those are a bit of a mystery. There are more examples of PBSwiss products that are in Japan that are apparently not being sold anywhere else. So it's sold under the SK11 brand, and it's made in China. And you can see here they've made this pass-through for all thread or longer bolts. Even this one is nice and deep. I don't know, it's just a real handy basic 10 millimeter, right? You can never have enough 10 millimeter, right? All right, files. So I have been trying to up my game when it comes to files. Like right now I have a drawer full of Chinese files and they're just all thrown in there. I haven't really been taking much care of them. All right, so these Tsubosan, these are made in Japan. These handles are actually a little bit nicer than I thought they would be. They're certainly nothing fancy. They're adequate. I am not an expert on files, so I certainly can't tell you if these are just some real premium thing or not. So it's got one smooth side. I believe this file form factor is called a pillar file. It is straight. I believe these are parallel. It has a single cut on one side, and then it has no cut or smooth on the other side. That's for corners. And then it is a double cut on both sides here. So you've got this diagonal, and then you've got the other double cut. So you've got both diagonals. And there are single cut files, and then there's files that are cut perpendicular across instead of at a diagonal. There's endless amounts of variety with these things. I'm just exploring these, looking for ways to improve my tool sets. This set, the price wasn't too bad. It seemed to have a nice variety that made sense. And I don't have any specific hobby or project that I'm going to use these for. I wanted to improve what I had for metal files. I've never had really good quality files. I've always had the beat up Chinese stuff all thrown in a drawer, and I just want to get away from that, and I want to start getting better stuff and learning about the characteristics of these and learning about how to take care of them and how to use them and all that stuff. So that's what that's all about. So this is another one by Tsubosan, and this is a quick cut made in Japan, and this is also a double cut file. This is a pillar file. It has smooth side on one side. It has a single cut on one side, but you can see this side is coarse and this side is fine. So that's kind of their idea with a quick cut, is you've got coarse on one side, flip it over, and you've got fine, all on one tool. Okay, and then finally in this order we have stab saws or jab saws. Is this made in Japan? Yes, it is. This is made in Japan. So this is the the Japanese equivalent of a drywall jab saw. This is how we find these in the States typically, as these products, which look like this. So here's the Lennox with the drywall, and then it's got the pointed edge. This really isn't a stab saw blade. It was the closest thing I could find that was comparable in shape, probably not function. But this is the Milwaukee jab saw handle. This is the Lennox jab saw handle. So this is the Japanese equivalent, and I already am liking some things about the Japanese drywall jab saw. So right off the bat, you can see a difference in philosophy, right? You can see that the philosophy with the OLFA, or the Japanese stab saw, is very precise, very sharp, and small, precise, strong, sharp, right? Whereas this is more of a kind of a brute force kind of a thing. I mean, this tip isn't even very sharp. This edge that's been beveled, that isn't sharp. That isn't going to cut skin. These teeth are reasonably sharp, but they're very coarse. I can run my finger across here and, you know, not worry about suffering any damage whatsoever. I cannot run my finger across this edge. This edge is sharp. Okay. So yeah. So this edge is sharp. These teeth want to dig right into my skin and they want to take a chunk out. These teeth are sharp. So this point is sharp. Even though I have not yet used this and I don't have any drywall that I need to cut up right now, and I can't stand drywall dust, so I'm not going to go to Home Depot and buy a scrap and test this on camera. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. But I can tell already this is going to be a way better way. Even the 5/8 thick stuff, it's going to make a nice cut, and it's a small, nice, but it feels good and heavy duty. This is much more pleasing to me than this other Densan that I reviewed in a previous tool haul. The OLFA in the picture on Amazon looked cheaper, and the Densan looked better, but the opposite is actually true. This OLFA is much better than the Densan. So let's look at this. All right, do we have blade storage? I don't even know. So this back cap does come off. So we figured out how this works already. And they have a nice, see, they've got a nice detent. You can see how this circle here is indented in the slide. So when it comes forward, it sets in there, and then you tighten it down and it's inside that detent. It also comes with a blade here like that. That must be to break off blades. So then you push down, yes, push down and release. And then we've got a way to break off these. Is that right? Yeah, that seems to be the case. It's like this. So this is how we change blades from the back, like this. And then there is no additional blade storage here. I don't think I can put an additional blade in there. No, that's not supposed to go in there. No, so there's no blade storage on it. All right, so there's another Amazon Japan tool haul. Thank you for watching.